Okay, so today's video might be a bit on the heavier side of things, but it's something everyone goes through and something everyone needs advice for, especially since one of my viewers, Shovel, asked me to talk about this. And it's about dealing with loss and just like how to grieve and just like understanding what grief is. So I'll talk about that today. Fortunately, I don't have too much experience with it, but I do have enough where I feel I can share what happened and what I can tell you guys. So you need to know, like, a personal experience of mine. I've lost a couple of my older. I haven't lost any grandparents yet, but I've lost great uncles who I've been really close with, and obviously that was a tough time with me. I was more when I was younger, more when I was around 7, 8 years old, and obviously it's been a long time since then. But I still have ways to deal with that, and still I think about it time to time. But obviously there's gonna be people who have much closer relationships, like losing their father, losing their best friend, losing a family member, anything like that. And I want to talk about that because you need to know what grief is. There's different types of losses. Obviously, losing a loved one, or just even losing a relationship, or like losing a friendship, or anything like that. There's different types of losses. Not everything is just about death, but in some way, it can kind of affect the same way in everything. Like, you could have the same impact of like a family member dying, or like breaking the relationship of a family member. That could have the same impact, very well so. And you, the stages of grief, obviously there's denial, there's anger, bargaining, depression, and eventually acceptance. And it goes through that, but these can like vary from person to person. Some people will be more angry, some people will be more accepting, some people will be more wishing, more like gratitude, and more like wow, and more like no, he's not actually dead, like just denial. Some more people will have longer time where they are in denial than they are in anger. Like it depends with everyone. Do I not? Okay. And it's tough because everyone's different. And I don't know why I'm just getting the achievements now. Did it like reset? It must have like reset all my achievements. I think it did. Annoying. But anyway, and then you need to know like, hey, I know what it is that's affecting me. And you need to know like, okay, these stages, how can I get through these? And everyone will eventually get to acceptance, but sometimes it takes longer. It depends how close you were with that person. And here's some healthy ways I and other people I know have coped with grief. You need to allow yourself to feel. You can't just like hide your emotions. You need to express them. You need to know like you can talk to them with a family member because talking with people is the most important thing. I've talked about this in previous videos. But talking to people, people understanding you, that's so, so important. Because if you have someone to talk to, you feel you're not alone. And especially if they've also lost a loved one. But you want them to be close to you because, like, me, I'm not close to you. Unless I am. But, like, most of you guys, I'm not close to you. I know I have a few friends who watch my videos, but most of you are not close to you, so I can't really help you in a personal way. But that's why I'm offering you to, like, if you are dealing with the loss of a loved one, you can talk to your parents, your best friend, your friends, anyone who you're close with, because they can help you with your experience and they can help you find like, hey, this is what I did to deal with this, and they can tell you this, and that's what I'm doing, but you won't get the same amount of personal experience from me as you would with a loved one or a close one. And that's why you need to seek support with your oops, I accidentally okay yeah, so you need to seek support with like a counselor, your family and friends, what I said, and you need to what like funerals, you can create rituals of remembrance because you can remember like, oh, what good times with these persons. Obviously it's gonna be sad when you do them, but I think it's good to know, to remember, to know like, hey, I remember this guy, I remember all, or I remember my best friend, I know like, hey, I had all these good times with him, and I can kind of relive these moments of these very good times I had with him, right? I need to, and then just take care of yourself physically too. Again, you need to go back to like your mental health. You can't let it get to you. Obviously, it's a rough time, but like you still shouldn't let it get to you because it's just really tough to think like, hey, yeah, this is tough, but I can't let it get to me too much where I'm gonna like physically harm myself. Like take care of yourself physically because health is so important. Like eating well, sleeping, exercising, and this is what I like to do. And in scenarios where I found a creative outlet. Like I've done, I want to encourage you guys to express your feelings through like writing, art, music, any activity that helps you like go through your emotions. So like writing, what I like to do, I've talked about this before. I have a journal and I write in my journal every night. And in my journal, I write like, hey, I know what I like write how my day's been. And like in your journal, in your personal journal, if you've lost a loved one, you can talk about that. It's different for everyone. And I'll get to long-term healing because healing obviously takes a long time, especially if it's a close one, a loved one, or a loss of a partner, a loss of a like just loss of a relationship, or even the death of a family member. So stress that healing from grief, it takes time, and you need to know that like you have to make sure you're okay, and you can't rush it because it takes time, and you shouldn't rush it because if you rush it, you're not fully healed. And the only reason time is considered I guess time is the biggest wound, but in reality, the only reason, or time is the biggest healer, but in reality, time's the biggest healer is because you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to deal with what it is. So that's what you just have to give it time. You have to seek help. You have to talk to people about it because eventually you will get over this. You got this. I know you do. You need to look for hope and like find happy moments, find moments of joy, find like just healing processes to move forward while still like honoring the loss of your loved one or honoring the loss of your loved one or anything like that or just still thinking about it, but you can eventually get over it, but you still have to like think about it from time to time, especially with the death, like hey, like I remember all the great times with this person. And of course, if it's bad, you can offer, I'm not offering, but like I encourage you to um, seek professional help because sometimes that's what it takes. And professional help's not good for everyone, which is why I offered you guys a bunch of different tips, such as like talking with a family member. But therapy's not for everyone. But if you do need to seek therapy or counseling, um, it if it becomes overwhelming to manage like by yourself and with people, then do that because everyone's different, and not everything's right for everyone, right? So in conclusion, you need to think about long-term healing, and you need to seek help of your family members. You need to understand like how I can help cope with this scenario. Ooh, a village. How I can help cope with the scenario and how I can understand this and know like what are healthy ways for me to cope, who I can talk to. Oh, there's a pyramid here too. Sorry. But yeah. And if you're dealing with grief, if you're feeling comfortable, share the story in your comments because I think it's important to talk about it, but obviously only if you're comfortable. I don't want you to share it if you don't feel comfortable about it. Because that's what I like on this channel. Everyone has to feel comfortable. Everyone should feel comfortable. I want all of you to feel safe. So, yeah, in conclusion, if you liked this video, if this video helped you, consider liking it. And if it, share this with someone who needs any help dealing with grief or anything like that. And yeah, share this, like, comment if you have a story to share. And I hope you guys stay you will get through this. I know you will. So, yeah, enjoy your day. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.